Hey guys, welcome to episode number 106 of OG Toys Emoji. Today we're going to continue a look at Marvel vs. Capcom 3 Minimates. Now this is a Toys R Us exclusive. Only place you're going to find these two guys is Toys R Us. So definitely hunt these guys down. Check out your Toys R Us because they are coming out all over Canada and the US. Now this set does include Thor, but a radically different Thor, plus Amaterasu. Now, Amaterasu is from a video game that Capcom put out a few years ago. It was striking. It had some crazy kind of like a watercolor kind of graphic palette, and it was just beautiful looking. The game didn't capture a sequel, unfortunately. Now, but they have introduced the character in Marvel vs. Capcom 3, which I thought was interesting. Now, he's not one of my favorite characters to use, I'll be honest with you. I probably have used him once. And it's just compared to Thor, Cap, Doctor Doom, Akuma, Ryu. There's so many other characters, Deadpool and Dante. There's so many other characters that this guy usually falls by the wayside. But I was so impressed with the figure. The figure is truly a unique piece and definitely worthy of an exclusive that you gotta hunt down and find. Thor, on the other hand, we've had a lot of Thors in the past year. And this Thor is definitely no slouch. It's one of the premier Thors in his new modern appearance. So we're going to take a closer look at Amaterasu first, just because it's such a unique looking character. The design work on it is really simplistic. I mean, it's just white paint apps with some red detailing. He also has this awesome flaming decal piece with the symbol totem on the back. He does have this whimsical cloud-like appearance on his tail and his four legs here, which extends out into almost like a wing. Now you can pose him without the stand. The stand just clips into his belly here. I thought it was cool that they incorporated it, so it gives you that appearance of this flying dog running around. I thought that was pretty darn cool. And the articulation wise, it's a little less than your standard Minimate. Doesn't have a ball jointed head. Can do a 360 on it. The arms, there's a bit of a ball joint that you can pop right off, obviously. Thank you. It does come off, and it's great that I did because I can show you the ball joint there. And it simply goes back on. The figure isn't broken or anything like that. So you do have a bit of range of movement, 360 on that. You do have the pin here at the elbow. Now, it's weird because this one here, you can bend it. Maybe this is a screw up of mine, but you can bend it forward and backward. This one, you can't really bend it forward. It's extremely stiff, and I'm almost feeling like I might break it, but you do get some bendable action there. There we go. And that's the first time I've really tried to put some force on it. I did not want to break it, but you can move it, so just apply a little bit extra force, and looks like you'll get that to push through. Also, it has the rotation 360 on the paw here as well. His legs, exact same. You get the ball joints, the full rotation of the pin, and the 360 on the pivot. So really interesting, unique looking Minimate. I'm glad they're kind of branching out a little bit, trying something different. It's neat to see Battle Beasts will be on their way very shortly, and I'm really pumped to get those figures. And it's just cool to see, Minimates expand and try something different. So we'll just plug this back into his chest piece. And there you go. Amaterasu, very cool looking character. It almost looks like, if you really wanted to, you could probably pose this so it's like dogs taking a leak on someone. But that's for another time. Anyways, Thor. Let's take a look at the God of Thunder, Thor. Now, this piece has been introduced in another set of the classic version of Thor, and basically what this represents is Thor spinning his hammer, spinning around, creating this crazy vortex, and they capture that really, really well in this extra piece here. As you can see, all that detail, really cool looking piece. You also got the display stand as well, love that. And the figure, let's just pop this out so you can get a better look at the figure. And I'll show you this in a little more detail. So it does have a hand pre-attached to the hammer. The hammer is not removable. This is just an awesome looking piece. It clips into his wrist easily. And of course it also comes with a standard wrist with a standard Thor hammer Mjolnir. And we'll just pop that into his wrist. And there you go. You can have Thor ready to beat down on somebody without that spinning action. And I love the way they did the detailing on the cape. This cape is really cool. It was introduced in one of the first appearance Thors. And I just love the way it comes across the shoulder here and really puffs out. The shoulder piece makes Thor look just a little more massive and impressive. The costume, it's basically the costume we've seen for the past few years in the Thor comics, and not very reminiscent of the movie version, which is fine because they produce a separate set of Minimates for that. But this one's really good. It took them a few times to get that classic version of that new costume down. The first one was just way too awkward. His torso was way too long. His arms were too short. They made another one where his legs were too short, and I think this is the perfect version of it, and they did an awesome job. Helmet is removable, and it has the hair attached already to the helmet. You can see Thor's really stern look there. And if you want, I'm sure you have other Thor hair pieces or long hair pieces, and you can swap that out and make an unmasked or unhelmeted Thor if you wanted to. Personally, I always thought Thor looked cool with the with the helmet on. Great minifigure. Now it does have the standard articulation. The head still has the ball joint action, even though it does have the longer hair, and it's not too impeded by the cape. He has the ball joint in the arm, a pin at the elbow, 360 on the wrist, 360 on the waist, a ball joint in the leg, a pin at the elbow, and 360 on the ankle. This is just an awesome version of the God of Thunder. I am so impressed to get this. I thought, another Thor, are you kidding me? We've just had so many with the Avengers Onslaught. But I am so happy to have, I'd say, the definitive version of the modern era Thor in his new costume. We've gotten the other Thors in his classic attire, and this is just one of the best versions of Thor, hands down, throughout all of his various costumes. So there you go, guys. This is a Toys R Us exclusive. If you want them, run down to your local Toys R Us and pick them up. You're not going to be disappointed. These are awesome Minimates. Can't wait for about mid-September when those Street Fighter vs. Tekken figures come out. I will definitely be picking up the entire set and doing a full, extensive review for you guys. Thanks very much for watching. Rate, comment, subscribe. We got a lot more reviews coming shortly. Take care.